I top Billin. Allow your boy to wax poetic here for a little bit before I get into a quick film study here on how Jadeveon Clowney will fit with these loaded ass Titans, because we saw this shit back in 2017 with him playing for Mike Vrabel as the Houston Texans defensive coordinator, and how he was able to get those special results from Jadeveon Clowney in that particular season, right? So last time you saw me, man, or you didn't see me, right, I had the Jeffrey Simmons content talking about how, man, he may be one of the more premium players that we've seen at the position for his age range or whatever like that. There's guys in his age range, his peers. I think he's going to be one of the very best in the NFL. The kid is absolutely phenomenal. And you just keep surrounding him with nothing but premium athletes and premium players along the defensive line of scrimmage. So I talked about Vic Beasley, right? I know, blah, 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 Vic Beasley, this and that. We'll see when that ball kicks off what Vic Beasley is all about. But, man, Jadeveon Clowney with a Harold Landry. Got a Jack Crawford from the Falcons as well, and Isaiah Mack. Remember, I was all sad about Jarrell Casey being gone, but what did I say? Man, if Casey was there, one more premium type player, you got that. Jadeveon freaking Clowney on a rental. This shit reminds me of those baseball teams, right, that know that they're good. They know that they'll be there in the end, and they need that one premium piece to perhaps get it over the top. There we go right there, because this damn defense is loaded beyond belief. It has to be the most loaded defense in all of the National Football League. I wholeheartedly believe that. You can't really point to any sore spots on the team. Now, you can point to some spots that you would want some guys to perhaps play a little better, maybe at corner. Both Adoree Jackson and Butler probably could step their games up a little bit. But, man, you're going to step your game up a little bit when you don't have to cover for that long, because I don't expect the Titans to have to cover for much long or as long as they've done in the past, because they're about to get after the quarterback like you wouldn't believe, man. And shit, I forgot about Kamalei Correa. You got Harold Landry. Guy is premium enough to get you 10 sacks, right? Almost did it last year. Beasley has done that before. He's premium enough to get you 10 sacks. Jadeveon Clowney's premium enough to get you 10 sacks. Kamalei Correa, he looks like he could get you 7 or 8 sacks easily, right? Jeffrey Simmons, I wholeheartedly believe he could get 10 sacks if he was used primarily as a gap shooter, right? Being able to just press gaps from a 3 technique or something like that, he's good enough to get you 10 sacks. He's that athletic, and you guys think I'm playing. He's that damn athletic and that damn savvy of a football player too. You just got a whole host of guys that you can play together, and especially in some of these fabricated pressure schemes that the Titans use, you should be able to get a lot of these guys at the same time playing with each other, right? So, pause. We could, I'll go through here a little bit of the base sets and see where some of these guys could be used at, whatever. But I wanted to show you how Jadeveon Clowney fits in a odd front defensive scheme, all right, an odd front alignment. I used to think, like, why would he want to play in an odd front alignment, right? He even came out and said that he would prefer to play in a 3-4 defense. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. This guy's like 6'6", you know what I mean? You want to be standing up like that at 6'6", but he believes in his athleticism, and he was damn good at it, right? He was a little bit of a slow starter in it to start his career, but then he really took off, right, when he got around Mike Vrabel. What's better way than to have your head coach be a guy who plays your position? He knows how to coach the position, and the Titans are about to be off the chain, man. I'm telling you, man, I cannot absolutely wait. I'm tired of offensive football, right? Any of you cats that play defense like me, man, you're tired of seeing all this damn offense. I want offense gone. I'm sour. I'm like an old man, right? I hate MySpace, and I hate MySpace and shit like that. I want MySpace gone, and I want offense gone. I'm an old man. All right. Well, with that being said, man, let's go and check. Oh, hold on, man. I always got to talk, too, about even losing Logan Ryan, man. You can got to get a guy like Amani Hooker, right, to play his spot, but Christian Fulton in there on the back end, and Kevin Byard and Kenny Vaccaro, Jayon Brown, and Rashaan Evans. Who's got a faster, more loaded defense than the Tennessee Titans? I'll wait. Crickets. Let's get it.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, y'all, let's look at some of the base fronts here and even some of the sub packages and determine where Jadeveon Clowney may fit in here. Obviously, in your 30 front here on your base, probably not going to run it as much as you used to and back in the day here. But you can see the type of space that the outside linebackers have to play in, opposed to being in an even front to where they're tighter to the line of scrimmage, tighter to the tackle. So you can see Kamale Correa out here in a ton of space. Jadeveon Clowney has done this ad nauseum before, so it's not a big deal for him to be out here in that amount of space, working with some of your shallow zone drops, working flat duty, hook curl, and everything like that as well. So if you can imagine here, I would imagine Daquan Jones, Jeffrey Simmons here, maybe an Isaiah Mack or Jack Crawford here. And then, of course, Harold Landry. Harold Landry should never leave the field. He's the one I would leave on the field the most. Then I would run with a rotation between maybe Beasley and Clowney. I like Harold Landry that much, right? I think he's being severely overlooked, and people are going to really know his name this year for sure. And then, of course, Kamale Correa coming in as well. You can have all four of those edge players on the field at the same time. That would be crazy in certain packages like that. But they also run with a 3 and a spare. Same kind of deal here. Now you can see more of a 6 technique here, being right across from the tackle. Same deal right here, kind of a 7 technique out here in front of the tight end in space. Still got your shade here, right? Your 1 technique. And then have more of a 2-eye here, so or just you're playing 3 technique actually. So they run with a whole different personnel. It's very multiple by varying the personnel usage, if you get what I'm saying. They can run through a lot of personnel and make it look different, and they can run through a lot of different alignments and make it look different as well. So they give you a lot to think about on defense. All right, here we go. Got a sub package here, but you can see both of the edge players, the outside linebackers, are still in a motorcycle stance. So that's something a lot of people like to get with the even front stuff, and then they put everyone's hand in the dirt, which the Titans do as well. But they're one of the few teams who will also run a sub package and still keep the outside linebackers on their feet. So if you're on your feet, that means you have a chance to help out in pass coverage as well, a little bit easier than if you have your hand in the dirt in a 3-point or 4-point stance. So some of the things there. But, man, you can imagine the type of things that they can do with all these edge players. But let's see what Jadeveon Clowney was all about in this particular scheme. All right, so check this out, right? So it's a legitimate odd front defense to where your edge players are going to have to work in a little bit of space. Now, check Clowney out right here. Obviously, they have tight splits here. Have motion over by a tight end, but look at him working hook curl, having to work in space, tackle in space. That's a legitimate thing that he can add to the Titans defense, and we've seen it with the outside linebackers that are already on the team. But to me, it's always amazing to see somebody this tall dropping like this, having to work kind of a pedal and everything like that. So it's something I want to show right there. All right, base 3-4 here. Here's Clowney lined up against Nate Solder. Now, I always thought Clowney was going to be like almost a 20-sack guy. All right, that was the expectations of Jadeveon Clowney. Now we've had to kind of readjust our expectations. Maybe he does have that in him one year, but for the most part, man, it looks like he's around a 9-10 sack guy. But look at that. Look at the ability to absorb the energy here coming around, right? This is one of his better moves here. Comes around, he applies the pressure, allows you to react to that, right? You dip, you use your inertia, and he uses it against yourself, right? Look at that. He's still pushing, but now he's pushing on air. And now he's fertilized, and Tom Brady's stiff ass is fertilized too, right? Fertilizing Tom Brady. And then he fell with all this weight on him. Boom, that took a year off Tom Brady's life. It took a year off his life. Look at Tom Brady, concussed. All right, so like I was saying before, Jadeveon Clowney is more than just sacks. He really gets after the run, and he's a hustle guy. So he's got a unique skill set to him. But check him out right here, almost at a wide 9. Working out of a wide 9, has the redirect here, and look what he does. Bam! We did the old man Larry Fitzgerald. Why are you picking on these old dudes like that? You know Larry Fitzgerald shouldn't be getting hit like that. Man's in his mid-50s. Look at this. Boom. He's a guy that's going to set the tone for you. Look at everybody's all happy and shit like that. Everybody's always hyped up, man, if you play ball and somebody comes and just lights somebody up like that. But if it's your main guy doing this shit like that, it reverberates through everyone, right? So Imagine that, right? With the Titans this year, it's going to be awesome to see. And, of course, your man Larry Fitzgerald, that was the last time he probably could have kids. All right, this is Clowney's go-to move, right? He takes inside moves to work against the run, and he's very aggressive with it, right? That's how he pretty much arrived on the national scene with that stupid-ass hit that I'm tired of seeing when he was at South Carolina going against Michigan. But, man, him taking these inside moves and shooting gaps, he's just quicker than everybody. I think he can work in a reduction on some people. Look at that. They couldn't even really react to it. Had, what, 2 tights over there? Had 2 tights and a sniffer in Larry Fitzgerald, and look at him, right? Senses the run going to the right, shoots the gap just too fast, works down the line of scrimmage. That's what you got to do, kids. Everybody watching this right there. You want to work parallel to the line of scrimmage. You don't want to take an arc move or whatever like that. You want to work straight down the line of scrimmage, and he does that. Straight down the line of scrimmage, meets the running back right at the line of scrimmage, fertilizes his ass. All right, last one right here. Now you see him bunched up right here, so this is a power personnel. So just getting after it with the run here. Now look at him. Take that same move, but gets off of it. He works great against the run. He's just a complete football player. I thought he would be more of a dynamic pass rusher, but he ended up being just a complete football player. Right? Probably not Hall of Fame worthy type stuff yet, right? He's still got a long way to go in his career. This could be the defining moment of his career, though, right now with the Tennessee Titans. But he has the basis of just a very good football player and somebody who could help lead the Titans to a Super Bowl victory. Right? The Titans were on the cusp of that shit last year. They needed something like this to happen for them. And some of the off-season moves they made, those guys are just doing their thing as far as personnel goes. And they play a great brand of football that will allow guys like Jadeveon Clowney, Vic Beasley, Daquan Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, Kamale Correa, Harold Landry, and all these guys to get some rest, right? You're running that physical brand of football. You're not trotting guys out there a whole bunch of different times and not allowing them to have rest. So I don't know. It's a scary proposition if you're not a fan of the Tennessee Titans to go against these boys with this type of personnel and this type of scheme, right? They are schemed to death, right? To borrow my old phrase from back in the day, they are schemed to death on both sides of the ball, and they play a physical brand of football. So it's going to be exciting to see. But this is a hell of a pickup for the Tennessee Titans, man. Right on the eve of the season happening, right? This time next week, we should be all immersed in some serious NFL football. Working with the Titans, though, at the nightcap on Monday. So I can't wait to see that shit, boy. Y'all let me know what you think about Jadeveon Clowney to the Titans, though. I know the Saints fans out there, people in the Saints media going ham saying that he was already damn near signed or whatever and shit like that. So people were going super crazy with that shit. So you people got to be careful in the business. Don't be counting your chickens before they hatch. But this is a scheme-specific fit for Jadeveon Clowney. With coaching, with a coach obviously that he knows. So, but let me know what you think about Jadeveon Clowney, man. Tennessee Titans fans, make sure you like this. Make sure you subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe, man. Do your boy a favor, subscribe so you can not miss any Tennessee Titans content that I do this season. But with that being said, it's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Salute to the Titans. Salute to Jadeveon Clowney and them boys. And let's get it. All right, peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.